for me, really, it's like they can't mess up that Superman Legacy movie. And as great as All-Star Superman is, I hope they don't adapt that story as is. I hope they bring in elements of it, but that, you know, whether it's the sort of this origin story, I would like, you know, them to kind of integrate everything, Golden Age, Silver Age, Bronze Age, the best of everything modern, into a character that's relatable, but also stays true to the original roots. Like, you know, again, I always harken back to 1978 Christopher Reeve Superman movie. That should be the template for whatever project they do. So I'm hoping they keep the essence of that into a character that they, you know, newer audiences can relate to. Keep him as a big Boy Scout. I'm fine with that, but also don't you know, reduce his intelligence or reduce his cool factor. Make him as cool as you can, as superhero-y as you can, and you know, don't tie him down with this stupid weakness. Like, you know, he's gonna be weak to kryptonite, right? But that movie, to be honest, if you don't make Superman the central character of whatever world you're building, then it's just gonna fall apart. So everything hinges on Superman Legacy, and I'm just hoping, you know, that they pour all their creative genius into making that movie work for everybody. Not obviously it has to work for me, but and I understand, like, what I like is not what everybody else likes, but it's got to work for me, and it's got to work for people down the block and people watching on YouTube and whatnot. So overall, the vision is like, hey, that movie's a hit, and it's the catalyst that gets everything going. So it'll be interesting to see, because whoever they bring in, that's going to be key. The story is going to be key. The actor they bring in is going to be key. The soundtrack is going to be key. I think you have to bring in Warner Brothers and get the John Williams soundtrack. You have to get that John Williams soundtrack in the movie. That's Superman in a nutshell. Just the theme song. Now, whether that'll happen or not is probably won't happen, given all the revenue soundtracks bring and how key they are to projects. You know, and the Superman soundtrack is, I mean, as great as it is, it's not like, you have to capture the tone of every scene and stuff. So, like, you know, like, what's the song? Can You Read My Mind? Which is one of the sort of the melodies in Williams' soundtrack. It's the one where Superman and Lois are flying around. That song is a great song, but it doesn't work well with, like, whatever scene. You just can't plop it into a movie scene and expect it to work. Now, with that being said, that's not to say you can't add it to a soundtrack. You can keep those separate and bring in another composer to do other parts of the movie. So you can have this main Superman theme, you can have sort of a love theme there, and then have another composer fill in all the gaps with the soundtrack. But again, we should have that original soundtrack for Superman. That should be the sound of Superman. That is my opinion.